There is an age-old question about why God allows horrifically painful things to happen to his people. Why doesn't the all-powerful God prevent it? For what purpose do we experience trials and tribulations? If you've ever wondered this, you're not alone. Stick around for some powerful ideas about this difficult topic. But first, quickly subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for notifications so you can receive notice of all our great content.
This video is sponsored by Canyon Foot and Ankle. From simple nail care to advanced trauma and reconstructive care, their podiatrists have the training and skills needed to resolve even the most complex cases. Treat your feet to the exceptional care they deserve.
Why do bad things happen to good people? As I've pondered this question, the answer that came to mind was agency, because we can be hurt by other people's choices. But there's more than that. There's also mortality. We're living in a fallen world with mortal bodies that can get sick, and we all eventually die, and of course that's a hardship.
I remember one of my kids when he was 2, we said to him, "Henry, everybody's going to die," and he said, "I'm not." I guess at that point he didn't think he was going to, but he did. The Apostle Joseph B. Wirthlin said, "I have many times in my life when it seemed that the heaviness of my heart might be greater than I could bear." Now, none of us are exempt from the deep pain our mortal experience offers, even men and women of God, perhaps especially men and women of God.
I've heard it said recently that the devil's playground is self-deception. And when we blame God for our pain, that's exactly what the adversary wants. For us to estrange ourselves from our one source of perfect love and support.
At most, we human beings can envision how things might be 20 or 30 years into a misty and uncertain future. But our Heavenly Father can see our paths clearly for more than 10,000 years. How often have we experienced something we thought was a severe setback or tragedy and found that it led to something more wonderful than we could have imagined? But if we become bitter about the pain, here's what happens. We miss out on the tender mercies and the loving blessings that could be ours if we could put our trust in God despite the troubles of life.
How many of us have been in almost accidents that we recognized being saved from? I would dare say most of us have at some point or another. What about how easy it is for young children who don't know any better to almost kill themselves all the time? It's really a wonder how many kids make it to adulthood, with how many times parents have to save them from near-death experiences. For those of you who are parents, do you remember saving your kids from seriously painful consequences and they just went on playing without any awareness that it had even happened? As I've pondered this, I've wondered, how many times has our Heavenly Father spared us pain and we didn't know or even recognize it?
As some of you know, I lost a son a little over a year ago in a tragic rock climbing accident. And a friend of mine who also lost a son in his early 20s a couple of years before that told me that he was convinced that no one ever dies before their time. With most of the losses I've experienced in life, I can eventually see how it opened the way for something better. With my son, I don't ever expect to really understand in this life. But I can look God in the eye and say, "Father, I don't understand, but I trust you." And I think with some particularly painful losses, that's really the best we can do. And when we do feel God's love rather than our own bitterness, it makes all the difference.
Gregory of Nyssa is famous for saying, "Sin is the failure to grow." In other words, refusal to grow in alignment with truth is to our detriment. And the truth is, God doesn't want us to suffer pain needlessly. He wants us to grow in all the ways the pain is meant to teach us.
There is a divine purpose in suffering. Elder Joseph B. Wirthlin stated, "Learning to endure times of disappointment, suffering, and sorrow is part of our on-the-job training. These experiences, while often difficult to bear at the time, are precisely the kinds of experiences that stretch our understanding, build our character, and increase our compassion for others. Because Jesus Christ suffered greatly, he understands our suffering. He understands our grief. We experience hard things so that we too may have increased compassion and understanding for others. In other words, friends, it's our destiny to minister to each other out of our own pain.
Perhaps the greatest lesson we learn from difficult experience and painful losses is how to amplify the power of the atonement to heal and strengthen us. In what ways have you turned something painful into one of your greatest growth journeys? We'd love to hear about your experience in the comments. Be sure to subscribe and enjoy our next full-length video on how to heal from the pain and loss we experience in this life, particularly when it is caused by the devastating choices of other people. In the meantime, remember, anytime is a great time for more love in your life. Thank you for watching. Thanks for joining us for another week on LilyTube. If you enjoy what you see, support us by liking, commenting, and sharing your favorite videos with others who could benefit.
As single life and relationship coaches, our mission is to help single adults intentionally heal from loss to create a happy life and healthy relationships. Keep coming back and we'll keep you encouraged. Each week, we provide new and refreshing perspectives on the challenges and opportunities of mid-single life.
If you'd like to immerse yourself deeper into your own personal development and relationship journey, visit our website at loveinlateryears.com for even more resources. Don't take on divorce recovery and other relationship loss and single life alone. We are here for you.